to what Boeing CEO has said?
I think obvious not just to me, but to pretty much everybody who has interacted with him. He does have a specific interest in aviation and aerospace. It's a big vision. He would like for India to play a significant role, not just for India, but for the region broadly. And, at Boeing, we support that 100%. I think it's great when technologies and opportunities align with the vision that a leader has for a country, and that's where we are. There is a giant domestic market that needs to be satisfied. Airport development is now moving at a pace that the country's never seen before. And then maybe even bigger is the international opportunity, where Air India is making enormous investments, new equipment, new skills, new talents, to be able to support that international traffic, which it deserves a big share of.
All right, so Dave Calhoun, the Boeing CEO, addressing the press right now, talking about the opportunities that are being offered by the Indian aviation market. Professor Peter, if I could bring you in on what aviation in India has to offer. He's also spoken about, the Boeing CEO also mentioned that that Air India has been making great giant leaps as far as the aviation market is concerned, one that is only booming, especially after the pandemic, which saw a significant dip as far as the aviation industry was concerned. What will Boeing and these interactions mean for India's aviation market?
I'm not an expert on the economics or the technology. Right. I'll defer to Bradley on that, but it's certainly the kind of high-tech collaboration in a positive way that we'd like to see. I mean, India has a remarkable workforce, skilled, educated, knowledgeable, and the kind of workforce that can certainly work on high-tech projects like aviation.
And in fact, when you talk about the workforce, I can see there are more visuals coming in of Prime Minister Narendra Modi with a firm handshake with Amazon CEO Andy Jassy, who's also meeting Prime Minister Modi at the moment. Those are the latest visuals that we are bringing in right now. Bradley, first it was the Boeing CEO, and now the Amazon CEO has also had a very significant meeting. Remember, Amazon has also had a huge role to play in Indian markets. Again, brings us to what the Indian labor force can benefit.
There are numerous benefits with job creation. And of course, any business that's looking at India is looking at dollar signs. They're looking at a country that is growing at still a substantial rate, and will do so for the next 20 or 30 years. That's an important thing. If you're a businessman, you're looking for markets that are going to continue to grow. So when we take a look at India, we see dollar signs, quite frankly. We see an opportunity unrivaled.
But with greater privatization also comes the concerns over protecting labor rights. How should India navigate those concerns?
Well, anytime there are single employers, single large employers, there's a risk for losing rights within the labor market. There's also a risk of disrupting traditional labor structures, mom and pop, small businesses. And that's something that India certainly should pay attention to. As we take a look at the United States today, there is a move right now towards greater rights within the labor pool. In fact, there's a push toward unionization, a push toward more regulation. Individuals, workers are bonding together and essentially rising up against big corporations for their rights. India could probably take a page from American history on this, the right to unionize, the right to come together in collective bargaining, because these companies without good guardrails in place will take advantage of a labor market.
Right. Professor Peter, let's also talk about the kind of cooperation that